Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to have a look at the website I created for this game. And well, the URL is pretty simple guys, is conowen.com, so nothing fancy about it. I will leave the link in the description also for all future videos. And yeah, let's have a quick look at how it is structured. So if you just go directly to conowen.com, you will see this page. There is nothing fancy here, there is just the YouTube channel, the Discord, and here I added the same video that there is in my YouTube channel homepage. Then the logo, okay. And then here at the top we have Tower of God New World. If we click on that, we go over to the Tower of God New World section. And here, this is just a very basic homepage. There are some links to different categories, doesn't really matter, I would say. And here, there are also the credits. So obviously, thank you to Reeve for all the images he provided. Basically, everything I've used in this website was provided by him. And then I also added the thanks to Homura, Nymphi, John Nye. I'm sorry guys if I'm butchering names, but I have no idea how to pronounce those. Nor, Hellorine, Krimger, Reverie, and Memento, because they helped like uploading the information on the unit's kits that I could then convert into SQL queries and just directly fed them into the database. That saved me a lot of time. So thank you guys for the support there. And I think we can just quickly go through the different menus and what is currently working, what is missing, stuff like that. So the first one is just unit. Whether you click on whole unit or the menu will bring you to this unit database page. Here you will just have a lot of filter options and you will see all the different units that we have in the game. There are 140 units and you can filter like, okay, let's see how many tanks. We have 22. Then you can filter by color. We have 4 that are yellow. One of them is an SSR plus, 0 SSR plus, whatever, 2 SSR, and 1 R. Okay, fine. So these are the different filters, pretty basic. We also have magic or physical damage dealer. This one is bossing yes or bossing no. Also pretty straightforward, and it doesn't really mean too much. The bossing yes is if the unit is used on bossing recently. Probably I should remove yellowy. Nia probably as well, because it's just for the healing bosses, but whatever. So this is just not too accurate, but let me know if you think it makes sense, or I can just remove it. Doesn't really matter too much. And then we have some different drop downs. We have the relevance. This is a piece of information I add to every single unit to say how impactful they are and how frequently you would use them if you have them, kind of thing. So we have the must-have units, and for now we just have these 7. I think they are all the kind of irregular plus 7. I think, yeah, it should be like that. And then we have very high, so other units that are very high in priority, etc., etc. High, medium. This is again not really too important, but if you were to wonder like, okay, let me see only the SSR units, which ones should I focus on first? We go in the must-have, we have none. I could probably include some, I don't know, we'll see. Then we have very high, we have these SSR units, and we have high, etc., etc. You can kind of go through them in priority to understand. I think I will still do a unit priority tab or page, but we'll see. For now, if you need this kind of information, you could try to use this one. Should be decently accurate, let's say. Then if you go, we also have collab yes or no, pretty basic. It will show you only the collab units. Okay, let's remove the filter so we also see the SSR plus. So these are all the 12 collab units that we have in the game. No, we'll just exclude them. All, we'll show all of them. And then if you were to wonder, okay, let me see which units have the camping tent as the report item, you can just look it here. Pretty simple as well. Also, if you don't like the default sorting, which is by rarity, you can also go by color or by name, and that's it. So you have also the option to sort them by. Then you can just select any of them and you will be redirected to the unit page. But before, I wanted to mention that this icon you see here in the bottom right is just to change the theme. So if you want the light theme, you can just click on that and you will have that. As simple as that. But I prefer the dark theme, so I'm going with that. So now we can click on a unit. Maybe we can go, yeah, let's go with Gusten. Here we have the illustration of the unit. We have a sort of badge that will report information about the relevance. If it's a collab unit, it will also have a collab unit tag. And if it's a bossing unit, we'll also have a bossing unit tag. Then we have the usual information, color, rarity, role, and damage type, all of them laid out like that. And we have rankings for below 350 and above 350. This is for the maxed out unit, or, well, nice to have investment that is basically maxed out. So this is the information you will see here, and also a brief explanation as to why. I think I will have to rework most of them while I was copying. I made some changes, but other things I just said, okay, yeah, we'll change it later. So I will have to rework some of them, but there's just some brief information on the unit. Then we have the rapport item, again, basic information. We go in the base kit, you see special move, active skill, and passive. Exclude equipment, we have the stat, and then the 4 effects, pretty basic again. For revolution, we have the revolution upgrades and the PvP part, and then we also have all the different stats that that unit can unlock under the different tiers. So tier 1, and then under tier 1 we have the affected subnode. Tier 5 we have attack, crit damage, just to have this information also available on the website. And this is not the investment information, because for that I wrote this sentence here. For detailed information on which investment is needed, please refer to the investment guide. So I could make the investment based on like the different tiers. We have mandatory, recommended, and nice to have. As you can see here, it is empty, and I've not uploaded it for all the units yet. Actually, only for like 2 of them. But yeah, I'm still working on it. It will take a lot of time for that. So right now, you can still refer to the spreadsheet for this kind of information. For the new units, I will directly write it here. But for the old ones, give me guys some time to just migrate all the data. It's really a lot, and I cannot find a reasonable way to automate it. So that's gonna take a while. That's all I can say. And what else? There are also going to be more tabs appearing if the information is populated. I don't think I have any at the moment, but there is like a counters tab. So if you're looking for counters for a specific unit, you go in the unit page and you will find the counters section. And also that one right now is only on the spreadsheet. I will move it to the website over time. I will start with the most annoying units and then slowly fill it for all the annoying units. I will not do it for every single unit that they're going to release. Like if a unit is not a problem to deal with, they're not going to have the counter section. That's it. There is also the team building tips section that is going to appear. That is, again, available at the moment in the investment tab on my spreadsheet, and I will migrate the information in here. That's going to be mostly for the DPS units. I will start with them. And then for supports, I will fill them partially, I would say, because in that section, there's also going to be like the mono element team recommendation and the multi-element team. It's not really a recommendation, it's more of an example. And I'm not going to do that for the support units because those are going to help a carry, not really. Like you're not going to build a team around the support. You're going to build a team around the DPS. So I'm going to start with them, and then I will still fill in some information about the supports as well. And I think those were all the tabs, I believe. I'm still thinking if I want to add like a section with like related videos and then add the videos that I make on that unit kind of thing. Let me know in the comments if it would make sense, but for now, it's not like that. Also, one important thing is that this page, and I think most other pages, are going to be pretty messed up on mobile. I will work on it to get it to adjust a bit better, but like this page is absolutely terrible on mobile, so I'm sorry. If you want to use it on mobile, use the desktop side kind of adaptation option that you always have in the option for your browser on the phone. Just go desktop side and everything will be at least readable but I will definitely work on a mobile adaptation. Since I have these kind of containers here, it should be fairly easy. And yeah, we can go back, and we're back here to the unit database tab. But if we go in the next one, in the unit section, we have the search units kits. And this one, I will say I will try to improve it a bit, or at the very least, I will do something specifically on what a unit provides. I already prepared a database with all the different effects and buffs and debuffs and status effects, and I will probably assign them individually to the units, because right now what you can do here is just search all the kits. So let's say I want to see all the kits where the buff word appears. But the thing is, buff is also part of debuff, as we can see here in Yuri. Also here, debuff, etc. So it's kind of tricky. If you want to go with debuff removal, there is also this like text here that says this buff cannot be removed with buff removal skills. So like Asensio is not removing buffs, but it has buffs that cannot be removed. So it's not really helping in finding this kind of information. Also, there are also like other ways to say it. Like, yeah, like in this case for Yugo is lose all buffs instead of remove buffs. So she has a buff removal, but it's worded like enemies hit by this attack lose all buffs. So it's kind of tricky, guys. This is just, again, a quick way to see the skills of the unit. And if you want to search for something in specific, but again, be careful because they're not always using a standard for the way they word things. So you're not really going to find a lot of things. But there is also this functionality could come in handy at times, especially if you just need something like bleed. Then you see the unit that inflict bleed is going to be fairly quick. But for other things that could have different wordings, that's going to be annoying. So we'll implement another feature via sort of tags that is going to be a lot easier, but that's going to come. It's not going to be super quick. And in the meantime, again, there is my spreadsheet, and there is also the status effects tab. All the information is there. And what else? Then we have the teams section. We have the create your teams. These I could improve a bit graphically, probably. It was one of the first ones that I created. But basically what this allows you to do is like decide how many teams you want to create, let's say 2. Then you can pick the units that are going to be part of the team. You can use filters. So let's say here I want, where is that, Anak? So I'm going to do this. And I could also write the name here. Who else do we need here? Or actually, no, let's go for Iwa instead of Evan. Yeah, remove it. The other 2 we can leave empty. We don't really care. You're not forced to fill them all in. And obviously, if you already play, like if you try to place a unit you already have, you will receive here this pop-up telling you that the unit is already assigned. Do you want to move it? You say yes, and it will move the unit away. So yeah, pretty simple. I could have made it probably a bit easier, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Then we can try another combination here. So let's say these 2. Okay. Then this is ready. We can say, okay, we can copy the link here. Link copied. Okay, fine. Then I can directly paste it here. It will be super long, unfortunately, because all this information that is going to be laid out is directly coded into the URL. That's going to be a bit long. But then when someone uses the link, they will be brought to this page with the exact layout you used. Did I use the Mashini? Wait a second. I think I did because I'm stupid. No. There is a bug then, guys. For some reason, I have to fix that. Because when I paste it, Machine is going to be replaced. Okay, this is a problem. So for now, guys, don't use the team building page because it's bugged. I will fix it and we'll see. I don't know why Machine was swapped, but okay. Then we have the team comp example page. And here I will just create some different setups, the same things that I have on my spreadsheet in the team examples comp, or whatever that was called, I don't remember. So I will slowly copy them over on my website and you will find them all here. So you can see which ones are for below 350, which ones for above, which ones don't have any collab, which ones have the collab. Then you can see the different setups for 2, 3, 4, 5 teams, stuff like that. And you can find some examples to take as reference here. Just if you have no idea what you should be doing, you can go here and have some quick ideas that would potentially work. As I also wrote here, units that have an orange background should be placed in the highest link slot. And then I, at times, add a description. Like here, I'm saying that add-on can work also if it's not 3 red as recommended. And Evan should be the unit with the highest attack, like in this case. The last one here is a flex slot. Usually I will write some information. Maybe I should in this case. But yeah, like if you don't see anything, it means really adapt to the situation. Fill in the last slot with whatever you might need. You need extra survivability, you need a barrier break, you need a spear cover block, whatever that is, you can just use this last slot for whatever you need. And yeah, that's it for the team comp example. So again, I have to work on it. It will take a bit, but yeah, this is what we're going to find here. Then we have the tier list category. You can now click on the tier list name here. We can just go in the adventure tier list. This one has all the different, let's say, warning or information that I had above my visual tier list tab. That is, deficit is the difference in level between the enemy link and your highest link. Units in this tier list are ranked at their nice to have investment level. The order of the units within the same tier is not representative of a unit's performance, because you can also sort by them however you want, name, color, rarity. As long as they are in the same tier, they will be ordered however you want. So the order is absolutely irrelevant. And then I also added information on arrow up and down icons, just mean that the unit's performance is slightly above or below the average of that tier. That's it. Then you have the different filters. So below 350, above 350, you can go by color. So you only want to see yellow, you can do it. You only want to see purple, you can do it. Red, blue, etc., etc. You only want to see tanks. In this case, it's green tanks. Let's say I want to see how tanks are ranked. You can do it. It's going to be here. Warriors, assassins, ranged, mages, supports, etc., etc. So all of that is possible. You can do it by rarity. So also that is supported. I split XSR Plus in a different category. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's how it is. Then we have, the sort by already covered. And that's it. When you over a unit, you will see the ranking for both the deficits, so below 350 and above 350. And you also see the brief explanation. If you click on any of them, you will be brought to the unit page and you can go back. So if you go, for example, on Xiaxi, I think I filled in the investment guide, so we can also quickly go through the information that you will see here. That is the exact same you have on my spreadsheet, but I also did the subnode investment per tier. So it makes a bit more sense, I think. So we have the ranking of the unit at this investment level. Just the general information. You don't have a tier list that will let you, again, filter this information. I don't know if I will ever do that. Then we have the requirements. So the dupe level is 3 red star in this case. We have plus 30 exclusive equipment, rapport level 4. Now we have the gear configuration, plus 0, plus 0, plus 0, plus 4. And here there is a lot of additional text. I'm thinking how I want to represent this, because gear at the end of the day is really based on what you need. Like if you're lacking accuracy, you place that. If you're lacking evasion, and you can actually work on that, because improving this evasion would put you above the enemy accuracy, then you upgrade that. If your deficit is too high, slot 4 loses its meaning, so you can leave it at plus 0. And you don't have to consider flat attack, defense, and HP, because they are entirely worthless. So yeah, just the general text that you will find basically on any configuration. So even if here it's plus 4, If you're above 400 deficit, you might as well leave it at +0. If it could be helpful to have more evasion, you level this one up. If it would be helpful to have more accuracy, you level slot 1 and slot 3. And yeah, that's more or less it, guys. Then we have the ignition weapon, and here we just have the level of upgrade. To be honest, with Bari nowadays is not really too important anymore. Most units can just run a +0 on every single slot, and you just have to worry about your carries. Maybe I will have that as a note on most of them. I will see. And then we have the main stat for slot 4, the main stat for slot 5, recommended substats, and then some additional notes. So if you're playing at the deficit in which resistances are not effective anymore, run effect resistance or affected as main stat for slot 4. Is just, again, an additional piece of information here. Then we have the revolution section. So in this case, revolution tier 3, because I mean, you cannot really go any higher with a 3 red. Then we have the subnodes ordered by priority. I should add an information text because the same way as I did on my spreadsheet, if a text is in bold, like in this case, it's an important stat. If it's in italic, it's going to be like a stat that you only have to level up to what you need. And the main examples for those are accuracy and crit rate, and that's it. So yeah, and if it's normal, it's just, again, a normal priority, but you shouldn't stress about it too much. And then we have the cost to get these revolution investments. So 600 for the main node, 6200 for the effect resistance level 20. That's it. Same thing applies to recommended here. We see again Rainbow 5, Rapport 6. We have a different ranking here. We have a slot 4 increased, slot 2, 3, 4, and 5 with increased levels. And here it's again effect resistance, only like the only upgraded stat. And we have a tier 5 revolution. If we go to nice to have, we have tier 6, and I also added max cooldown reduction, but as you can see, it's not in bold because it's not as important. I will probably add attack as well, maybe here in this nice to have below max cooldown reduction probably, but it's not really needed because it's only if you want to have the support targeted by some highest attack targeting effects like energy regen or something like that. But yeah, it's not really important on Shia specifically. For other units like Evan, Towa, Anniversary Iwa, I might do it, but for Shia I don't think so. So yeah, just an additional information here on the investment guide. So this is the kind of information you will find as soon as I fill everything in. It will take a bit, but I will do it. And then if you go back again, we're back to the adventure tier list. And I think that's all for this one. We can move on to the future-proof one. Again, same tier as I have in the spreadsheet, so always super valuable, will stay useful, will slowly fall off, will quickly fall off, basically forgotten, and who is this? And to be defined if there is a new unit and I still haven't assigned a rank. And that's it. You have similar filters. You can go by color, you can go by rarity, stuff like that. Pretty simple and straightforward. Then we have a similar thing for ignition weapons. And we also have here information when you go over the different sets. You will see the 2-piece effect, 4-piece effect, some usage tips, and the secret floor where you can farm this ignition weapon. And that's it. If you click on one, you will be redirected to the ignition weapon page. You see the icons here is just, again, static. But if you go over slot 4 and slot 5, you will also see the main stats that can be rolled on those pieces. I didn't know where to put this information. I think this one was a good place. Then we have again the ranking, secret floor, 2-piece effect, 4-piece effect, and usage tips. And here we have best in slot 4 and can be used by. This section, I still have to fill it. As you can see, it's empty. And as I fill in this information for every single unit, for every unit, like I will say 1 best in slot and then up to 4 alternatives. And according to what I select for the units, they will appear also here. So here you will have the illustration of the unit with a name. If you click on that, you will be redirected to the unit page. So at a glance, if you say, okay, which unit can run Bari, you go on Bari, and then here you will see all the units for which Bari is best in slot, all the units that can use Bari as an alternative, and that's the kind of information you will see here. I think that's going to be really important, but again, it will take me some time, guys. So for now, just know that it will be there, but it's still not really filled in. Then we have the last tab of the tier list, create your own tier list. This is going to be pretty fun, I think, especially for people that were already using the tier maker to do some sort of tier list. Now you can do it directly here on my website. You just give a name to the tier list. Let's say test one. Okay, it was already test. Here you can optionally add a description. So random tier list. Then you can add tiers or remove them if you don't like them. Like here, we click on the X sign and then we say okay, remove it. You can change the name of every single tier. So this one is like trash. This one could be godlike. Then you just go here. You will see all the units that are available, all of them. You can order them by color, name, rarity, whatever you want, or you can search them. I tried with filters, but it was messing up all the logic, so I kind of gave up. So because I think you will normally rank them all, I think. So filters are really important. Maybe a rarity is okay, because you will start maybe from the family heads. You can just drag and drop them in a tier. We can go ahead, say, I don't know, sorry, Hugo, but fine. Just doing some random shit. You can do something like this. If you want to place a unit like in the middle, you can. It's lagging a bit, as you can see. Yeah, but you can then drag it in the middle. You can also rearrange them like this. It's really messy, but it kind of works. I couldn't really make it smoother. Oh, damn it. That was not dropping it, but okay. So you can do it. It's really not the best, but it works, kind of. And once you are done, you will just click share. It will create an entry on my database so that the link in this case is a bit shorter than the other one for the create team. And then we can read it in another tab. I think I didn't mention you can change the color. Now I clicked, you will see here a little square in every single tier. You can click on it, and now it's not visible, I see in the recording, but there is a color selector. So you just go here and select the kind of color that you want. I don't know, let's do this ugly green, it's fine. And we click on share, and we copy the link. We just open it on the same tab here, it's fine. And then this is what we're going to see. Name of the tier list, the optional description, the tiers that were defined, as you can see, with also the color change, and then all the different units. There is no pop-up here, no filter, nothing. Let me know if I should add them. I think I can fairly easily. And if you click on a unit, you're going to be, again, redirected to the unit page. If you click back, you're back to the tier list here. That's all. Pretty simple. I think it's pretty good. Let me know in the comments how you feel about that. I will try when I have some spare time to improve like the drag and drop functionality. It feels quite smooth if you don't have to place units in between others. So yeah, if you're like me and you don't really care about the positioning within the tier, it's fine. If you want to rearrange them, you can, but as you can see, the effect is a bit laggy, not really too smooth. So yeah, it works, but it's a bit annoying. And okay, that being said, we can move on to the next part, but I think we already covered that. So for the ignition weapons, okay, we have the tier list that we saw before, or we just have this page here, order by name or release, and that's it. When you click on one, it will just bring you to the ignition weapon page. That's all, nothing fancy. And I think we can move on to the next part, which is empty at the moment, but here I will place some guides, so like the Trescent Facility guide, a beginner guide that will probably ask ArcherQ to support in creating. And yeah, those kind of things are going to be added here. There will be sort of like blog posts maybe with different sections, some images, some stuff. And yeah, for now it's empty, but I'm working on it. And then we have the last tab is just the change log. So whenever I make a change, I will also record it here. You can sort it by oldest first or newest first, fine. And yeah, that's all there is to it at the moment. If you have any additional ideas that you would like me to cover other than the things that I already mentioned, feel free to let me know. Please, if you find any typos, anything that is wrong, let me know on Discord. Tag me, no problem. I will read that. Or you can also write in the spreadsheet feedback. Maybe I will create a website feedback channel. We'll see. But definitely let me know if you see any typos in the descriptions, any bugs on the website when you try to do something, you see something different, like we saw before for the team sharing functionality, that for some reason data machine became the normal machine, and those kind of things. Please let me know. And yeah, that's all, guys. Again, I'm looking forward to hearing from you how you feel about this. I actually forgot to mention one thing. I will definitely add advertisement here and there. I'm still waiting for Google to approve it, mainly because I mean the website is not free, so I have to some way or another earn some money to at least maintain it. And yeah, I will definitely not place advertisement in annoying parts because I know how annoying it is. Maybe like on the side that is collapsible, like here, could be a good thing, or at the very bottom that you can close. But definitely, I don't want stuff in the middle. Like also in this page, if you click on a unit, I maybe can accept something here or something here below back. It's fine, but we'll see. I will definitely not make them annoying, but I will have to add them. So yeah, that's all. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.